Alrighty, this video is going to be going over how I use minor structure or substructure, as you might call it, within larger structure to catch more trades per month and make more money per month. So as you would have seen in the other video that I linked in the structure section, there's larger structure and minor structure as he called it. So in minor structure, there would be moves like this, right, all throughout it. Right, so this is minor structure. And within minor structure, there's trades that you can take whilst larger structure is forming. So if you just waited for larger structure, you would miss all of the moves in here that have the potential to make you money. So I'll go to real chart examples now. So this is a bearish example. I'll mark out larger structure for you first to make it clear. And the reason to why I take minor structure setups. So as you can see, you have two larger structure breaks of structure here, and then the setup for the larger structure would be here, right? And then you take the trade here. How I do it, I would have targeted this low. So 1.48 pretty good trade. Alright, good night there. But if I mark minor structure here, right? So minor structure comes up, sorry, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up again, and then comes down. Right? So as you can see here, it's a wick here, so it fails to break the low, fails to break the high, then causes a bearish break of structure just here. Right? So I'll delete this now, so you can see it on the candles, because that is important. So on the candles, the way I define a break of structure is when there's three candles, we look at these, or a specific type of three candles. The middle candle has to have, in this case, the lowest low, and the candle directly to its right has to be higher. The low has to be higher than the middle candle, same as the candle on the left, the low has to be higher. So as you can see, there, that low is higher than this low, and this low is higher than the middle candle, which means that can be classed as a break of structure. So, right here is a break of structure, and the reason minor structure allows us to catch more trades is because we can then mark out this supply, right? This supply, meaning, let's delete this, it's easier to see. We can then catch this trade, target this low over here that we want the larger structure to break, and make an extra 2.7 RR on the night. If you're risking a grand, you make an extra $2,700 that night. Then you can also take a setup on larger structure later that night and make another 1,000, nearly 500. So sounds like a pretty fucking good night to me. Instead of just making just under 1,500, you've made 4K, right? It's a lot better than 1,500. So that's why marking minor structure is very important. I'll go to a long example now. So here on the chart, you have a larger structure here. Now these candles don't move a whole lot, so you can't tell, right? Like here, that is. As you can see, volume steps in and the candles are much larger, but that's when, obviously, Frankfurt session starts on this candle. That's why it's very important to trade during sessions. Anyway, we'll get to that in other videos. So, that's a larger structure. But if you didn't mark minor structure, you would miss many of these trades that are here because it just never returns to the supply, or if it does, it's way later in the night and only does it once. So, right here, oh sorry, the supply of the demand. So yeah, break structure is within there. The demand is here, obviously. So as you can see again, zoom in on that. Middle candle is what am I looking for? See, I don't actually teach that often. So middle candle is higher. The high is higher than the candle to its left, and the candle directly to its right. So that there is a minor break of structure. Right? And as you can see, price then returns to it. And then you can target the high up here, 1.290. Now, as you can see, price never really returns, or like it's a bit hard to tell because it's been wicked out, right? And like this is before session, so I wouldn't have traded this personally. But it's this demand has already been used. It's not good to be used again, even though it does tap it later and get used. It's not good to be used again, in my opinion, and how I trade. So then you come over to here, minor structure here again. Now this is minor structure because larger structure would have been the move from down here to up here to up here to here. Minor structure would have got confused as it now breaks and closes below this low, and they would have had a bearish break of structure, right? Now we can see why later that in other videos in here that I still would have been bullish, but then they wouldn't consider this a bullish break of structure up here, but I do. So now that it's a bullish break of structure up here, it then pulls back into my demand, and this is where I would take a trade from, and did. So, and then I would have targeted up here, an extra 3R. So instead of catching pretty much no trades or just being bearish and taking a loss, right, I'm now made 1.2k, nearly 1.3, and 3k, so another 4k night. Sounds very good to me compared to just trading larger structure, which would have been this for them that night. They would have had a bearish break structure. People would have tried to trade this supply. I'm pretty sure it equals it. Yeah, so it just equals it. So some people would have taken this, like it directly taps that white line. They would have taken that and tried to target at least this low, and they would have taken an L. So instead of taking an L, we've made 4 grand on the night, and that is why I consider minor structure very important, and I do take a lot of trades with minor structure. I hope this helped.